before you pointed out, yes, I know, my hair is still wet. It's hair drying, so... Anywho's. Bojack Horseman, you guys know. This show has been basically my favorite thing ever since it started. And now it's over forever, and I have a lot of feelings about this. I was told that it would end in a way that would satisfy everybody, and I knew that was a lie. And there was ways that I figured they would probably end it from fairly early into the series. Before I say anything, if you don't want spoilers, there's a door. Because there will be spoilers. So, with that out of the way, come on. If you have been paying attention to this series, even a little bit, the way they ended it should not have been any surprise to you. At all. There have been clues from literally the first episode that they were going to end it the way that they ended it. I mean, all of the allusions to Bojack drowning. Yes, I know, he didn't really die, even though there's the whole controversy of people trying to create a theory that Bojack really did die in the second to last episode. That's the true ending, because I guess they really, really want that to be the true ending. Except that he was revived. Yeah, I know, he flatlines right at the end of the episode, and the way that Netflix works, they kinda trolled us, because where it jumps to the next episode, they put it exactly where his heart started to beat again and was revived. But yeah, go back, rewatch him. That's a thing, if you were unaware that's a thing. But, seriously, there have been hints the entire series that he's going to drown. Even in the opening credits of the frigging show, and all of the changes of the credits throughout the whole show, that has always been a thing. The paintings in Bojack's office, in his mother's house, this has always been hinted at. There was that scene where he did fall off the balcony backwards into the pool earlier into the series. Seriously, this was always kind of alluded to in multiple levels. So you don't get to act shocked that they went there. Let me see what this is. Let me just reply real quick. Okay. So anyways, not a shock. However, events of the last couple of seasons, I cannot say that I'm surprised that they went the other route too. Because my predictions of how it would end would be either that Bojack's dead, or Bojack is in jail. And they found a way to do both. I'm like, well, I kind of didn't see that coming. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Let me reply again. Hold on, guys. Alright. So, I didn't really think they'd find a way to do both things, unless he was, like, killed in prison or something. That was about the only way I saw that coming, but I didn't really see them doing that. But no, all of his bad behavior caught up with him, and it's hardly surprising. I could tell with the first half of this season when it dropped that, oh shit, they're gonna Me Too him. And they did, but that's not even what he ended up going to jail for. But, oh my god, just everything about this last half of the season, and of the series, it has left me with, like, the most morose, depressed feeling just hanging over my head. And I can't shake it. And I rewatched the final episodes, like, 3 times over now. And I still can't shake that feeling. We got no closure. The way that they ended it, we got no closure. Which is probably exactly what they frickin' wanted. Especially because there was an allusion to that earlier in the series that there is no such thing as closure, I believe Bojack said in an episode. So I kind of figured, as of that episode, that, oh, however this ends, we're not getting closure. So again, I'm not surprised, but it still bothers me. But, so many things. I'd like to comment on the way that Diane's mental illness was portrayed in these last episodes in her trying to write her memoir. Holy shit. I had a little bit of a panic attack the first time through watching it because it's kind of so spot on. I was like, I feel personally attacked right now. This is so spot on. Holy shit. So that was chilling, honestly. But they did a really, really good job with it. That's one thing with this show. This silly, ridiculous show is that they've always been able to really hit home with the humanity level of so many different things. I think that's why I've been so emotionally invested in this show since the first season. And it is not often that I get that emotionally attached to a show, but this one I did. Jane the Virgin came close till it got stupid at the end. For a while, Once Upon a Time did, but also got stupid at the end. But it got stupid earlier in the series, so whatever. But this one, beginning to end, first one in a long time I can say that about. And even though they didn't give us closure, even though they didn't end it how I would have liked to have seen them end it, I don't see how they really could have done it better. Exactly. I mean, yeah, sure, they could have had Bojack succeed and then the final episode be, like, his memorial or something, but that's a really freaking depressing way to end the show. But I mean, it's a show about a sad horse. I mean, it's gonna be depressing no matter what you do. How else could they have ended it? I mean, I suppose they could have let him get away scot-free with everything after his interview about Sarah Lynn's last hours, but people would have been pissed off and claimed that this is just reinforcing toxic male masculinity, whatever the hell it is, and predatory behavior of older men and younger girls and stuff. People would have flipped their shit if Bojack had gotten away scot-free with it. One thing I'm surprised didn't come back up, though, was the Gina thing. And how, you know, he kind of almost choked her to death, the whole reason he went to rehab. That didn't come up in any of the let's expose Bojack thing. I was really expecting her to pop up out of the woodwork somewhere in there. She never did. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, not every accuser's gonna come forward, but I was so expecting it. Like, even on that whiteboard where he was listing every shitty thing he's done, he didn't even have to write out the whole thought. All he had to write down was just Gina. And you just know. But there was just so many different things, and poor Mr. Peanut Butter, though. I feel bad for him. That feels weird because he has annoyed me most of the series, and yet I somehow feel bad for him in the end of it all. The really unexpected thing is basically the only character that walks away from this series getting a happy ending is Princess Caroline. Who the shit would have seen that coming? I would have pegged her as having, like, the most miserable rest of her life out of anybody, other than maybe Bojack himself, but no, she's the only one who gets a happy ending. I was like, well, shit. But the way they ended the final episode, I don't know. It didn't really... What am I trying to say here? It didn't really cut it for me. It doesn't feel enough like an end of a series, but then again, as long as you're still living, there's really no clear-cut end things like that where it's just like, well, that's the end. So I guess they did kind of get that right, but it still doesn't make it any better as a viewer. It's just like, well, that was a thing. Shit. My god, there's just so much to unpack with it on so many levels. Honestly, I thought with the Todd's mom thing, I legit thought the reason that the dad wasn't gonna let him see his mom was that she died. She didn't, but I so thought that's where it was going. But I suppose that would have been too sad of an ending for Todd, so they couldn't do that to him. An interesting observation was made, though, about the final episode, that only the 5 main characters get speaking lines in the episode. I've rewatched it 3 times now. I can attest this is a thing. Which is kind of interesting in and of itself. It keeps the focus where it should be, keeps the circle small. But still, the other characters have served their purpose. They don't need speaking lines at this point, I guess. Still, though, that second to last episode with the near-death scene, just... I knew immediately what it had to be representing before I even realized that everyone else in the scene is dead. Before I even registered that, what registered for me was the bird flying around the room. Because that is supposedly an omen in a lot of cultures. If a bird flies in through the window or down the chimney into your house, it's like a omen of impending death. So I figured, oh shit. The second I saw that, and then started looking around at who's in the room, and oh fuck, is he dying? And then the dripping black. I was like, is this the darkness taking over him? Is this death washing over? I mean, there's different metaphors one could make with the black that just ends up consuming Bojack at the end there. But I'm not 100% certain of what it for certain is. But I know that it definitely was signifying that he was actively dying, even though they did revive him. But it was just like, oh shit. They kind of took a really dark atheistic twist at the end there with it, that while I, as a Catholic, I wasn't a fan of that. I can see, I'm not surprised that such a melancholic show would take that turn with it, but I don't know. Even though I'm not that satisfied with the way that they ended it, I'm still just glad that the show existed at all. I mean, this crazy, weird, eccentric, flawed, yet somehow perfect, emotional, raw cartoon. I am so glad that it existed. And I'm glad that I didn't try to film this the day that they came out, because I would have been a sobbing mess. No doubt. At this point, it's been enough time. It's been a couple days, so I've processed it a little. Let me respond one more time here. Sorry, guys, but I've been trying to ignore them, but every so many I have to answer. Anyways, so I don't know, just it resonated with so many people. It's not just me, but like on a really deep, visceral level. This show about weird, like, humanoid animals somehow has more humanity and heart to it than a lot of just normal TV shows. I'm not quite sure how they worked that out, but damn, I'm gonna miss it. I am going to miss it an awful lot. I wish they hadn't ended it, but that's what the higher-ups at Netflix wanted. I think even the people working on the show were kind of shocked by those orders coming when they did. I don't think they were quite ready to end it, but they did what they had to do. Even Will Arnett himself seemed like he was kind of sidelined by the day that news dropped. Like, he was just like, wait, what? What? Yeah, that. I mean, the timing, it takes the sting out of it a little bit for me that at least that Lego Masters show is starting on Fox next week. So yeah, I lose Will on one show, but I get him on another one. So there's that. And there's also, what was the other one he's on? Starts with an R, I think. Not Ravinia. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Not Ravendale. What the hell is it called? I am blanking hardcore on it, and I feel really bad since I even requested it to be posted on one of the movie sites that I watch a lot. And got somebody to upload the entirety of it over there, and I cannot think of the name off the top of my head right now, and I feel really bad, but he's also on that. But I don't know. But it just really sucks that it's over. I was like, with all of my other favorite shows ending, I was able to say, At least I still have Bojack. As long as they don't take Bojack away, I still got something. That was the last of my favorites. That was the last of my favorites that has now been canceled and is over forever. I'm like, what do I watch now? This is the first time in I don't know how many years where there hasn't been a single one of my favorites still on the air or still streaming or what have you. This was a Netflix show, so I can't say airing, I suppose, but it's a weird feeling. I'm like, well, shit, what do I watch now? I don't know. I'm kind of lost. I was asking that as each of them, one by one, have gotten canceled. It's just like, what am I gonna fill that void with? And I still don't know. I still haven't really found anything to fill the void of any of them. And that was the last one. I'm like, beats me. Beats me. That kind of sucks. I'm sure there's a lot of other great shows out there I'll like as much one day when I eventually find them, but I don't know, it's very depressing. I also feel like that's kind of the end of an era of the really early Netflix originals all coming to a close around the same time. I don't know why all of them got canceled around the same time, but it seems like they did, all within about the same year or so. So that's lame, but what can you do? I mean, you can always rewatch them, but what new stuff is coming out that actually lives up to the stuff that we got attached to? That's where I'm at a loss, because you guys keep recommending stuff, and I keep trying them out, and I'm like, they're okay. I mean, they're watchable, but I don't have that emotional just connection onto any of them that I've been trying to fill the void with. I'm like, yeah, none of these are really doing it for me. I mean, I'll watch them just to kill time, but none of them are having that same resonating effect. And I'm the most sad about this one, because that was the one that I connected with the hardest, and now it's gone. Like, damn. But it is one of those shows that no matter how many times you rewatch it, you find more and more Easter eggs throughout it. So there is that. And I have been noticing more of them as I've gone through the series. So at least I have something to occupy the time with, but still kind of like, damn, what do I watch now? I feel lost. I feel like a lost puppy right now. Oh, God, I am pathetic. I know, but I'm just babbling and talking in circles now. I'm just gonna wrap this up, so you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If not already, you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below about Bojack, about recommendations, about anything at all you feel like leaving me. Leave them all down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if got distracted there in the middle of my sign-off, how rude. But anyway, if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link as always is down in the description. Grab yourself some donator perks and get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. And in case you need to hear it and you haven't yet today, I'm proud of you. I love you. You're doing a great job today. See you next time. Bye-bye.